Hello everyone and welcome to Search Engine Optimization Part 2. Today I'm going to walk you through a process of search engine optimization in 10 steps. Actually, in this presentation I'm going to cover steps 1 to 5. And as you remember, last presentation, Part 1 of Search Engine Optimization, dealt with some of the basics of search engine optimization process. We define search engine optimization as a process of tweaking and adjusting the code and content of the website in order to achieve preferred ranking on search engine results. So last time we actually defined a couple of key principles and rules for search engine optimization. First of all, we identified two most important factors for search engine optimization. Number one, quality, and number two, quantity. Quality means excellent user experience, lots of valuable content, lots of activities on the websites. In other words, providing a reason for people to come back to your site or to recommend your site to their friends. And quantity, it's all about lots of content, lots of fresh content, many pages on your website. And two key SEO rules were also mentioned in our first presentation. Number one, to be user-friendly. In other words, once again, useful content. And number two, to be search engine friendly. In other words, to help search engines to understand what exactly you do. So I'm going to use an example of a company of my client, slunkdoor.com. The company is now going through a transition, and it's been a while since we've done some SEO work for the company. So my anticipation is that if the company doesn't do another round of search engine optimization, their rank might go down. But we'll see what will happen. In any scenario, I will use this example of a small to medium-sized company as an example of how much can be done with a limited budget and with using some of the basics of search engine optimization. So the whole search engine optimization process starts with a step one, which is thinking about your keywords or keyword brainstorming. You need to think what keywords really best describe your business. Maybe even start with your mission statement. Who are you and what do you do and why do you do that? So what phrases best describe what you do? And also what products or services are the most important, the most profitable? You might want to start with the most profitable products and then progress and do more extensive search engine optimization. Also, what products or services that you sell might be particularly suitable for online business. For example, ebooks are more suitable for online business than books. So in every single business, you should identify what are those products or services that are perfect for web marketing. So the whole process starts with the brainstorming of words. So that's how we started with brainstorming the words like doors, entry doors, patio doors, internal doors, glass doors, external doors, and many other words. So as you probably remember, the first step is to go to AdWords. As you can see here, AdWords, google.com, and then go to Tools and Keyword Planner. And that's the perfect place, the tool number one for online marketing research, where you can do lots of research. First of all, you see all those tabs. Maybe I should start with search for new keyword and ad group ideas. At this stage, you really want to look for ideas. And so I typed in doors and maybe windows. And I chose to focus on all locations and Google and search partners. And then I asked Google to give me some ideas. So that's how I started. I will also now click on keyword ideas rather than ad group ideas, something which will be explained later. And now I'm starting to learn what really happens when people search. What are the search terms that people use most often? But for the time being, I'm going to use these phrases just as a source of ideas. Glass doors, once again, cheap doors, wood doors, French doors, and many other ideas. There are 800 ideas here. So I selected maybe 30 or 40 of those ideas, or maybe more, and I discussed those ideas with my client. So after discussing this with my client, we identified a couple of really important phrases like large doors, huge doors, big doors, custom doors, and top hung doors, among many others. So at this point, we were really looking for one ultimate phrase that would best describe their business. And at this stage, we just needed an answer. What is that word? What is that phrase? Large doors, huge doors, big doors, or whatever. In order to decide, we proceeded to step 2 of SEO process, which is researching search popularity of various phrases or researching a demand. In other words, we consider that search popularity is actually an equivalent of online demand. So we proceeded further with the analysis. Now we have 5 keyword ideas, and those are the 5 that we are kind of trying to select which one is the best or the most important after our initial research. And so we are still considering custom doors and large doors and all other phrases. And if you have a look at those phrases, you see that for custom doors we have 4,000 searches every month, which is great. But if we were to advertise, we would have to pay $2, almost $3. And also the competition is really high in terms of advertising. And by the way, the phrase custom doors doesn't really best describe what my client does. Large doors or big doors is probably the better choice. So we eliminated custom doors, and then we still have to choose large doors or big doors. So our first analysis showed that large doors is a bit more popular. There are 480 searches every single month for that phrase. I should say exactly for the words large doors. If someone types in very large doors, those people are not being counted in those 480 searches. So these numbers represent only searches that were exactly like this, large doors and big doors and everything. So if we have a look at this, if we were to pay for advertising, we would pay pretty much the same amount for big doors and large doors. Yet, and the competition is the same, medium competition, yet we have higher volume, higher demand for large doors. Now let's have a look at top hung doors. Quite low search volume, and again pretty much the same amount to pay if we were to advertise, even though the whole idea of this exercise is to be focused on search engine optimization rather than keyword advertising, which is coming later. But still, we realize that there is a medium competition and quite low volume for these 2 words. So we eliminated custom doors, we eliminated top hung doors and huge doors, and if we were to choose between large doors and big doors, chances are we would choose large doors, just because we have pretty much everything the same, but large doors has much higher search volume. So now the problem is we also need to understand what is our competition doing, and that is the next step. So now we need to analyze, we need to go to Google and type in, for example, large doors and big doors, and see how many competing websites there are for the same phrase. And did our competition optimize their website for search engines? And how many results are showing when searching? For example, if I use big doors, what happens? How many results are there compared to large doors? So let's do that analysis right now. So now I'm on Google and I just typed in big doors, and after clicking on search, I realized there are 416 million results, which is not really the most important number, but it gives me some idea how many websites on the whole internet use the words big doors. So that's quite a few. If we were to climb up to the top, that's quite a competition. But actually that number might be misleading as well. We are going to actually mostly focus on the competition that's actually ranked here on top of search results. And as you can see here, we have bigdoor.com. That's a real major competitor. And interestingly, they use big door in their URL and also big door in their page title. These are really important SEO tactics, and it looks like it will be very difficult to kick out this guy and to replace this website with a slang door. So once again, big door here, big door here, big door, big, as you can see, big doors here as well, and here big doors, sorry, big doors here, and then once again big doors, lots of big doors, lots of websites that actually use big doors in their name, and that is a little bit of problem. So let's now search for large doors. Large doors, click on search, and we see this company. They have large doors in the title and in the domain name. Again, the same company. And then we have Slang. That's something that initially didn't exist, so just forget this one for now. And then we have a company that is called Real Carriage Doors, and they don't use large doors in their URL and in their title here. Similarly, there are quite a few others that they do not use large doors in the URL. These don't as well. These don't as well. These don't as well. And these actually, this particular company does, but still, as you have noticed, there are lots of room here, lots of websites that are not perfectly optimized. So the whole idea of this exercise is to understand and learn about our competition, and to understand if our competition has optimized their website. And by optimizing their website, I primarily refer to two tactics. One is, do they have the keyword and the phrase in the domain name here, and do they have the keyword in the title of the website? Those two tactics are really important. That's a quick test. So after quick analysis, what do you think? Which one is better? Big doors or large doors? If you listen carefully, you figured that large doors is a phrase with less competition. But if you also go to the step 2 of our analysis, you will remember that large doors was better in terms of demand. So interestingly, we now have a perfectly clear situation. We realize that large doors is a better phrase in terms of demand. It has bigger demand, yet at the same time, large doors is a phrase which has actually lower competition, as you can see here, compared to big doors. So our decision became quite simple. I talked to my client, I explained the situation, and I said that we have a much better chance if we use the phrase large doors. And at that point of time, I even suggested to my client to try to buy the domain name like large doors something.com, because largedoors.com wasn't available. Maybe largedoors.net, largedoors.ca or something like that, or large doors CO, like company.com or something like that. But my client said, well, Ivan, I really want to use Slang as part of my domain name. So we eventually decided to call his website slangdoor.com. But we decided to focus on one particular phrase, and that's large doors. So our decision was made, which is actually the step 4, keyword decisions. So in step 4, we are making really important decisions. The first decision is really what phrase is the most important phrase. In the case of Slang website, we chose large doors. But also, in addition to the most important phrase, we also want to see what other important phrases there are. So I had another round of conversation with my client. And my client told me that there are lots of other phrases, like, for example, flush seal, custom cladding, top hung doors, steel core doors, luxury doors, security doors. And my client told me that all of these phrases matter, that we should find a way to promote all of those phrases. So we, as you know, we decided to promote large doors on the homepage, and these other phrases we will use on other pages on client's website. So we moved on really to the step 5, which is site architecture. We have to decide what this whole website will consist of, what the future sitemap is. But keep in mind, it is important that the website architecture reflects your keyword decisions. In other words, this discussion about important phrases, right, has to now determine the future structure of the site. So it doesn't work vice versa. You build a website and then you think how you will promote the website. In this approach that I'm recommending, you first think how you will promote the website, and then you build a website that will be easy to promote. So it's 180 degrees different approach. So we had to think about it. And as you know, here's the key principle. Optimize the website one page at a time. In other words, every single page should be used to promote one phrase. So once again, I'm going to repeat this rule. One page, one phrase. That's easy to remember. One page, one phrase. One page, one phrase. And now we know that's really important rule for search engine optimization. So guess what? If your website has 27 pages, you have 27 opportunities for 27 different phrases. So that's how it works. So we had another planning session, and then I started with my team identifying the key pages on the future website. And we know that the home page will be called Slung Door, and we will use it to promote the phrase large doors. And then there will be a contact page that we will use to promote the phrase custom doors North America. And then there will be a special page that we will use to promote the term custom cladding. And there will be another phrase just for luxury doors. Another page just for luxury doors. And another page just for flush seal. So let me just show this to you in a few moments. I'm now on my client's website, and as you can see here, this is the home page. And this is the page that we chose to promote what keyword? Well, the chosen keyword was large doors. And you can see large doors here. You can see large doors here. You can see large doors here, right? And then you can see large doors probably even here. So this gives you an idea how to do SEO. In other words, you have to be aware of what is the phrase that you are promoting on each page. And remember the rule, one phrase, one page. So this particular home page is being used to promote the phrase large doors. Similarly, there's a page for custom cladding, and the name of the page, even the URL, is custom cladding, and here's the heading. And custom cladding does occur a couple of times in a text of a web page, and as you can see, this particular page has been optimized for the phrase custom cladding. So similarly, we identify lots of pages on client's future website, and for each page we attached one phrase. So I'm going to actually repeat those 5 steps. Number 1, we start with brainstorming, with thinking about the keywords. Number 2, we try to estimate the demand or search popularity. Number 3, we research our competition. Number 4, we finally make our decision regarding the keywords. And number 5, as you can see on this slide, we think about the future structure of the website, and we try to decide what are all the important phrases and on what pages should we promote those phrases. So those are the first 5 steps, but we will continue in the next presentation, steps 6 to 10. Thank you for listening.